Hello, my pumpkins. We are doing a get ready with me along with the first impressions of the Quartz Collection by Colourpop. I bought their entire collection. Came with a palette, 3 lippies, 2 liners, I'm guessing, and 3 pressed glitters that are in their own separate pots. So I'm just gonna do my normal makeup routine, and I just roughly shape my eyebrows with the e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil, and this is in deep brown. Looks like that. I like to use this to shape my brows, not like use them for my brows specifically, you know. It's weird because I do my brows, my eyes, my face, and then my brows again. I don't know if I'm weird, but I just shape this out, and this is like not specific in any way, it's just shaping. I don't know if you can see, but I have thin brows, so I just shape them out, and then I'll go back and actually fill them in after all of my makeup is done. Okay, I'm shaping my brows so I know where not to place product, and then I'll go in and start shaping my eyes. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito All Day Full Coverage Concealer. I just use this and roughly apply it and use it as my primer. It will kind of look like that, and I'll just take this beauty sponge. This is from Morphe. I really like this sponge. I just kind of wish they made it a little bit smaller because I kind of have small hands, so it's hard for me to have like this huge sponge in my hand and like be precise with it. I'll just start blending this out, and I'll try not to look up or anything to prevent creasing. I'll just look down naturally and kind of blend it out. I found that using concealer instead of like designated eyeshadow primer works best, because concealer, you know, once you apply it, you let it sit for a minute before you start blending it out. But using it as eyeshadow primer, like I blend it out almost like immediately after I apply it, if that makes sense. That's just my preference. Again, it may not work for everybody. This is the Of Quartz palette. There's no mirror in it or anything, it's just the shadows. I do find that lately the 9 pans that they've been coming out with since the Tinkerbell palette in the 9 pan format, they've been slightly bigger than normal, and I don't like that when it comes to storing them. And I don't think they've been changing the prices of their products like this, but it's just my preference when it comes to storing. I do like storing my palettes based on the size and then the brand, if that makes sense. So it kind of bugs me when brands come out with like different eyeshadow pans and sizes and stuff like that. I like consistency, but that's just me. So I'm gonna go in with In the Zone, which is this shade right here. And this is the Fluffy Eye Blending Brush. I believe this came out last holiday in a brush set. So I'm just gonna kind of use this as my transition. I know it's kind of dark and pigmented. Start packing and blending at the same time. And I'm going in with a little product, packing and blending, and then picking up product again. I find that's what works best for me, because my eye crease on this eye is different from the crease on this eye, so I have to be very careful with how I apply my product and how I make it look, because I'm trying to give that illusion that my eyes are even. My hand is on the end of the brush, and I'm just going in with as little pressure as possible. Like, I'm not like this. This would have more pigment, more control, more harsh lines. So I'm just letting it chill at the end of my fingers, and I'm lightly blending that out. With my eye shape, it tends to go like this. So I blend along my eye shape. I start from here and I blend down this way. But I leave a little bit of room up here in case I need to apply a brow highlight, or if I need to cut my brows to make it look cleaner. But I just blend along my natural eye shape, and I'm going in with little product as possible, and I'm slowly building my pigment. And having a fluffy brush is perfect for picking up little product as possible and then blending it out. And I'm doing this because this is going to be my transition shade. I'm going to use, this is a Colourpop brush in the E21. It's like a little bullet, but it has a little bit of fluff in there. And I'm going to take Granite Access, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to put that in my crease to help with the transition, or like the gradient, because I like going from dark to light. From my eyelid to my brow bone, dark to light is what I usually like to do. So again, I'm using the lightest pressure. I don't normally have any problems with Colourpop shadows, so I really like their formula. I feel like my skin tone is more on the yellow side, so I don't normally like to play with cool tones because I feel like it kind of contrasts my skin tone in a bad way, but I can't not do smoky with this palette, you know. So I do love watching tutorials, but I haven't really found anyone that has uneven eye creases like I do, because this one's even. I have one clean crease in this eye, so it's very easily for me to do eyeshadow on this side. This is my good eye, but this side I have one clean crease and then I have another crease right on top of it. I don't know if you could see that. So it's a lot more difficult for me to do shadows on my eyes, but I just practice and practice and like find what works best for me. So next, I like going in with a shimmer shade, and this is a Marty's Touch Fine Art Studio brush in number 8. This is from Hobby Lobby. I thought I bought this in a pack of 3, but I guess it was 2, and I could have sworn it was like $8. And I don't need to wet my brush. I don't need to do anything with this. I just pick up my shimmer shade and apply it onto my lid, and it's like as if my brush is wet. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Magnetic, which is this shade right here. I'm just gonna start picking up some product on my brush. I'm using like a packing swiping motion to kind of build up that pigment. And I'm going in with a little product and then picking up more product to build that up. It doesn't matter which eyeshadow palette I use, I do have fallout, which is why I like doing my eyes first. Next, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Waterproof Ultra Fine Liquid Liner, and this is in the shade Blackest Black. I've really liked this since I bought it. I saw it all over TikTok, so I had to get it and try it out. So I just start from this part of my eye and start shaping the bottom of my wing. Again, just play with your eye shape and play with how you want your wing shape to look. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So then I just take a makeup wipe with my fingertip and I just kind of clean up my wing and kind of make it sharp. And then I'll just kind of swipe away some of the fallout. So I'll do that. This is what we have on this eye so far. I'm gonna do this side and then I'll be right back. So that's done. We will get started on the face primer. And I like to go in with two primers. I like to go in with something more slick, something sticky, and then I like to go in with something more pore filling. So I like the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm almost out of this. I really like this. I like to go in with like 1.5 pumps, not too much. You don't need a lot with this product. And I like to kind of press and slide into the skin. And I'm avoiding this area because, as you can see, it's very red. Very irritated. Why, I do not know. I've always had that problem since I can remember. I feel like during the winter months though, it gets very irritated and really dry and flaky, and it hurts. Sometimes it can crack and bleed, so I'm very careful with that area of my face. And as soon as you apply that primer, it gets very sticky. And then I like going in with the e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Primer. And this isn't a pump, it's more like a squeezy tube. I don't go in with that much. I'll go in with a little bit. And you can't really see the pores on my forehead, so I don't really go in onto the forehead with this product. But mainly right here, my nose and cheek area. It's very, you can really see my pores. The chin not so much, but I'll go in with that a little bit. I'll go a little bit onto my forehead, kind of rub that in, because I do get oily on my forehead no matter what I do. I'll let that sink in a little bit, and then I like to go back in with my Wet n Wild Incognito All Day Full Coverage Concealer. I don't know if you can see some of this hyperpigmentation on my face, my forehead, a little bit on my chin. I like to kind of apply this product. Again, I'm not sliding it or blending it or anything. I'm just kind of packing it on. And most of this is all from like picking blackheads or pimples, so don't do that. Or you'll end up with skin like this, and you don't want skin like this. It's very, you can see every trace of where pimples and blackheads were before. Also, I do have a habit of picking and scratching at my skin while I sleep. I don't know how to stop that. But sometimes I wake up with scabs and I'm just like, again, because of this redness around my nose, I don't wear makeup every day. If I didn't have this, I probably would. After you apply this concealer, just let it sit for a second. Personally, I like mixing foundations. I do have oily, acne prone skin. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. CC Camo Cream, color correcting, full coverage, natural finish, collagen, peptides, and niacinamide broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen, and this is in the shade medium 330W. So I do 2 pumps of that. I won't use all of this, but again, I like to mix more than what I need so I have plenty of product. And then I'm gonna mix the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, and this is in the shade 210 in light to medium. It's in like the same tube as the e.l.f., but this has a pump and this one doesn't. So you have to unsqueeze. You have to unscrew that. I'll just put just a little dollop on there, kind of even to the 2 pumps of the e.l.f. product. And then I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques Love is a foundation brush, and I don't remember what year this was from. Every year they come out with this specific foundation brush and different handles, in different brush shapes. This was in the shape of a heart, which I thought was really cute. So I'll just take the end of that brush and kind of mix this product on here. Then I'll just apply this onto the face. So I applied all of that product, and I'm just going to use this brush to start blending and pushing into the skin. So I'll kind of apply and blend this as much as possible, and then I'll go in with the Morphe blending sponge and kind of blend all the brush streaks out and kind of blend it a little bit more. I know my hairline looks crazy, but it always looks like that when I do my makeup. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty setting brush in 170. Just looks like that. And then I'm gonna go in with the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder, and this is in the shade PPP05 Suntan. And it does have a puff, but I don't really use that. I'm gonna take my little sponge here and I'm gonna blend out any creases under my eyes before I apply product. And then I'm just gonna lightly pack this, and then I'm gonna take that Fenty brush, put some product on there, and then start pressing and then blending the product. And then what I'll do before anything else is spray the powder and foundation with the Bear With Me, or with the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray. It looks like this. I got this at Target. So I'll just apply this everywhere, obviously. And one thing that I do like about this powder is, I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't build onto the eyeliner as I apply this, or kind of like buff it into the skin, because usually with a loose powder it kind of it does that and it clings to the liner, and then I have to apply liner, but I don't have to do that with this product. I'll start shaping my cheekbone. You can kind of see that shadow where my cheekbone is in my fat cheek. So I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Talk to the Palm. This is a pressed powder bronzer, but it's more cool tone. So I'm gonna go in with the Alamar Cosmetics complexion brush. It doesn't have a number. I do like the way Kathleen Lights says Alamar Cosmetics. I can't say it like her. And I'll use the same brush, and I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Deep Tan. It's not that much deeper compared to my skin tone. And then I'm gonna take the same shade and apply it to my double chin. So you see that like right now, but after I blend it out and I look at you, you're not gonna really see that, but it's gonna hide my double chin a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. I'm gonna use another Alamar Cosmetics brush, and this is the brightening brush, but I like to use this for blush. And I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. blush in Always Spicy. This is more darker than what I usually like to go for, and start applying. I'm gonna go back in with a sponge and kind of soften it. And then I'm gonna go back in with that NYX Matte Bronzer. I'm gonna use a Colourpop brush and E2. It's just like a flat but fluffy brush. I'm gonna get some of that product, and I'm using this to kind of shape my nose and show that it's there, because I feel like once I apply foundation on there, my nose looks flat. I don't want it to look flat. Or like even with my cheeks. And I'm not precise with this at all. I'm just like messy with it. And then I like to go back in and build up my brows. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Brow Cream in Java. I've used this a lot, even though you can't really tell that I have. And I'm going to go in with a Profusion Cosmetics Angled Eyebrow Brush in EB1. It's just an angled brush like that. Then it has a brush at the end. And I'm just going to swirl it in there. Any excess that's on there, I'm going to brush it off from both sides onto my hand, and then I'm gonna start shaping my brow the way I really want it to look. So I use this to shape my brow and then shape the tail. I don't really go in to the start of my brow. I kind of leave that as that gradient and just start building this up. And then I'll use the spoolie brush and kind of blend and shape that out. Just like that. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I will slightly build towards the beginning of my brow. This is a Dominic Cosmetics brush and DS01, the blade. And I'm going to go in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and this is in Custard. It's like a potted concealer. I love this formula to kind of shape my brow, the bottom of my brows at least. So I'll just kind of use like a swiping motion to pick up product on both sides of the brush, and again I'll brush off the excess onto the back of my hand, and then I'll start shaping. So I'm roughly shaping my brows. This is a Kala brush. I got this as a brush set from TJ Maxx. I don't remember which one, but it's in a travel pack of black brushes. And I'm going to use this to kind of blend this from the brow bone into the transition shade. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in LAS08 Espresso. This is a dark marker pen, and I like to use this to kind of create brow or brow hairs. This is a really fine marker, and I'll just start creating brow hairs throughout the brow like that. I don't know if you can see, but it kind of created dimension in this brow compared to this brow. I don't normally use shadows to go into my lower lash line or like smoke that out or anything. And I'm gonna use a Smashbox brush in Precise Highlighting. Looks like this. I love this for highlight. And I got the Morphe X Bretman Rock highlighter palette in Babe in Paradise, which looks like this. I feel like no matter what you do, highlight looks washed out because they're highlights. I'm gonna go in with Vacation in this shade and Get Laid, lightly tapping in that highlight. I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in Sparks, and I'm just gonna apply this to the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna curl my lashes with the Wet n Wild lash curler. This was like $3 at Target, so just gonna curl my lashes really quick. Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara, and this is in Very Black. I'll just take a spoolie after my mascara dries and just kind of flick that off. So I'm gonna go in with the Allure London lashes. This is in Marquee. I love these lashes. These are like my all-time favorite lashes. All-time favorite. They're perfect for my eye shape. They make my eyes pop. I'm going in with the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This is the clear one, I think, because it dries clear. I believe I got this from Walmart. It wasn't that much. And it comes with a brush application, and I'll just dab this along the lash line. The lash will kind of look like that, kind of translucent, and you'll just kind of stick it. I'll apply it and kind of use my tweezers to stick the lash to my natural lashes. This is a Profusion Cosmetics brush in Flat Precise Eyeshadow. This is in ES7. It's really small. I like to use this to apply my inner corner highlight, so I'm going to go in with Mind Games. Mine, not mind. Mind Games. So I'm going to go in with this and just apply my inner corner, because I really want this to pop. So that's what it will look like. So that's what the inner corner looks like with the Colourpop of Quartz shade in Mind Games, which is the lightest shimmer shade. I just popped that into my inner corner. So we are almost done. So I'm gonna go in with the Essence Waterproof Lip Liner, and this is in Tea Time. It's like a nude-ish. And then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lippy or Liquid Lipstick in the shade Cider, but it's a challenge to get everything even on my face because everything is not even. I have different creases on both sides of my face, and it's like crazy. So last but not least, I'm gonna go in with a Moda brushes. This is in Glam Topper, and it's a little silicone brush. I really like this to apply glitter onto my lids. It's very seamless, very simple. I don't have any problems with it. So I'm gonna go in with the pressed glitter in Cabana. Looks like that. Has a really nice shift to it. And I'm just gonna use this brush, pick some up from the pan, and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see that it picked up plenty of product onto the brush. This is more than enough for my one eyelid. So I'm gonna start on the right side, and I'm just gonna start applying this to the center of my eye to kind of create some dimension. I'm going slightly above my crease, and this brush is very simple to just wipe off with a makeup wipe. I actually forgot that we had some lippies. I'm going to take the Colourpop lippy sticks in the shade Best Intentions and kind of apply it to the center of the lips. I'm going to spray one more time with the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray. This is a look that we came up with using the Colourpop of Quartz Collection, which is more of a cool tone if you're into that. This is what we came up with. I hope you guys like it. And swatches of everything will be on my Instagram, which is linked below, and I will have it like right here. I'm at Tara's War Paint on everything, including my Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok. That's where I mostly post. So if you want to follow me on there, I have like different versions of the same product or collection on each of my different social media. So if that makes a difference to you, you know, follow me, be my friend. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys liked it. And if you like my vibe or my energy, it's really hard to be myself on camera because I'm talking to a camera, you know, but if you're vibing with me or, you know, you love my energy, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and feel free to comment below like what your social media is. I'm open to checking you guys out. Thank you for taking the time to check out my content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, pumpkins.